Hey guys, I've seen a lot of discussion around deep substrates and are they good, they bad, do they provide any use? You hear a whole bunch of talk about like, oh, you have the anaerobic bacteria underneath, and you'll eat nitrates and all this other stuff. Honestly, I'm not a scientist, so I don't know any of that crap. But I do have a deep substrate in this tank. This is 20 long, and no dirt in the bottom. It's pure fine sand. And you can see stratification. I can see, like, honestly, there's probably about 10 different layers. It's all covered with different types of algae and cyano. There's huge pockets of gases in there. And a lot of people will say, oh, all your gases will come up and it'll suffocate your fish and everything. Tank's been running over a year. I haven't had any huge problems yet. It could in the future. From what I can tell, I don't notice any difference between running the deep substrate and running a small little bonsai substrate. What I have seen is I can look at the side of the tank, look at the side of the substrate, and see what's going on a little bit. And what I've noticed is because of this big narrow leaf pondweed in the middle, it's got a big root structure. And from what I can tell, it's pulling mulm into the sand. Now, I am not sure if it's pulling it into the sand everywhere or just against the glass, but either way, there is a nice mulm ring around that plant, and I'll show you here. So I got the flashlight out, and as you can see on the left, in this area, there's no big plant, no root structure, and it's pure fine sand. And again, this tank's been running for about a year, a little over a year now. And yeah, if you look over this way, see all this brown? That's all mulm. See where this plant's coming up? And again, I don't usually have a big plant like that with big root structure next to the glass, so I've never seen that really before. It's usually I just have small little foreground plants with tiny little root structure, so I don't see this giant, mulm circle. So my hypothesis is, I'm going to turn this light off because it's really bright. My hypothesis is plant roots, as they move or they vibrate or whatever they're doing, they can pull mulm into fine substrate. So that's one thing everybody talks about. Fine substrate's not good for plants. Well, when I'm seeing, if you leave it long enough, plants will find a way. And I've also noticed over time, if you have a fine sand substrate, everywhere around the tank with a plant, the mulm collects. So you'll have big patches with no mulm. Let's pick you up here. And I look at this downoy. All around it, no mulm or very little mulm. And then you look at the downoys themselves, covered in mulm. They collect it. As the current goes through the tank, all the mulm just collects around all the plants, right? And I think that's like the start. And the finish is these big mulm patches that you can see. Again, over here, perfectly clean. No plant with big root structure. Over here, plant with big root structure, covered in mulm. You can see this side, there's a small plant next to the glass here, and I've got a little bit of a mulm patch. Take you around to the side. Again, plant close to the glass, mulm patch. Also a bunch of algae there too. But as I can tell. Now, is that mulm coming down right next to the glass? Or is it all throughout where those roots are? That I don't know. Because obviously I can't see deeper. That's my hypothesis anyway. Plants in fine substrate. Give them time. They'll get what they need. Ciao, guys. Bye.